refresh and start again.
Okay, there we go. All right. I am looking at the July newspaper. And so far, what do we got? We got a thing here about the Royal Italian Circus. We got a thing here about Ireland, which is also still a story, and Mr. Gale, actually. Interesting. So the Ireland story is sort of playing out over a number of months. Jewelry burglaries from some of London's most fashionable homes. The Society Burglar. Although any impetus to attack the increasing problem of crime should be welcomed, it is unfortunate the impetus comes more strongly when the class of victims is expanded. Oldenburg jewels stolen from the Residence Schloss late yesterday afternoon. The fire had been caused by a smoke bomb. Thomas O'Neill. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. This is crazy, guys. Society Burglar. More about the Society Burglar. Killed by lightning. I see. Okay. Returns from Wilhelmshaven. Is that German? Is that in Germany? Okay. Okay, so the collars were ordered from China. Just because they were manufactured there? That was far enough away to order custom lion collars? What's the connection? Okay, what's the connection between Dirk, who either ordered the collars or was blackmailing somebody about the collars, and Stephen O'Neill, who is maybe related to the O'Neill who was wanted for questioning? This was Thomas O'Neill. So Thomas O'Neill, that's somebody we can talk to. Nope, never mind. We cannot. Thomas O'Neill is in Germany. Yeah. You can have you can make custom stuff in England, like that's not a problem. But if you go to like the garment district and commission somebody to make you 2 lion collars, and then 2 lions are killed, or like lions smuggle some shit, like that is potentially suspicious. Whereas if you are a sailor and so you have the contacts to order lion collars at great expense from China, then it is going to be a lot harder for people to draw the connection between you and that order and the lions that are smuggling stolen jewels into the country. They did call them horse collars, didn't they? Like, they're... I don't know. I guess I am making an assumption that you could not reasonably confuse a horse collar and a lion collar. That horse necks and lion necks are so different anatomically that you wouldn't make that mistake. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, alright. So maybe this is just crazy. Okay, so, like, let's say that this is a theory. I got a really fat, short horse I need a collar for. Alright. Okay. Let's say this is our theory. That somehow the circus is smuggling jewels from Germany. And the lions are involved. Where would we go to get evidence of this? Possible leads: Red Boar Inn, Aberdeen, the Zoo, Criminologist, Byers Eason. I'm tempted to talk to Byers Eason now. O'Neill's wife, if we can find her. The Docks, question mark, question mark, question mark. Or the taxidermist. Who killed Stephen Dirk? How did he die? Who killed the lions? Where are the lions now? Why did Bilbo kill the lions? Well, that's obvious. I mean, that's just good business. That's not even... Like, who even... who's the informant? Oh, yeah, the underworld. Okay, so I would like to talk to Byers Eason. There is also... Porky Shinwell, and maybe we should talk to Porky Shinwell just because Porky Shinwell has a much superior name to Byers Eason. Thoughts? Cares? We can, oh god, I broke everything. There we go. Yeah, that'll be a little bit easier. Okay. No, okay, so Zyvo's asking a question that's still my question. What's the connection between Dirk and the lions? Because Dirk was used to procure the collars, then he betrayed O'Neill, and O'Neill had Mabuto take him out because Dirk was shady. Fair. Divo, I don't think that we're gonna find the lions at the taxidermy. Oh shit, maybe we will. Oh no. Okay. 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 Taxidermist is not totally crazy. It's just a little crazy. Okay. Underworld contact, informant person, then buyer's Eason, then maybe the taxidermist. Hmm. '52 East Central. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to 52 East Central. Oh shit. Okay, 52 East Central is our Porky Shinwell. Lions? What kind of daft bloke would kill two poor innocent lions? No, I haven't heard a peep about it. Lions? You sure you got the story right, mates? Perhaps a pint or two will straighten you out. Jack shit from Porky. Thanks, Porky. All right, let's go to well, what the fuck is his name? Brian Gumble. No, it's not there. It's Byers Eason. Let's look up Byers Eason. Three East Central. God damn it. Oh, okay, this is fine. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right, 3 East Central. Byers, what's his name? You're not from Captain Sharp, are you? Asked Mr. Eason's butler. No. Well, Mr. Eason is at Aberdeen's. So let's go to Aberdeen's. Aberdeen Navigation Company, 26 East Central. 26 East Central. There's a notice on the board at the Aberdeen Shipping Company. Fair wind. Experienced seamen needed. 2 years voyage. Apply within. Looks like this. More or less. Oh my god, this is incredibly difficult to do. Okay, like that. It's a note. 2 years voyage. Apply within. When we ask about Stephen Dirk, we are told to see Mr. Byers Eason and are directed to his office. Eason is a thin man in his middle 40s. His manner is brisk and businesslike. Stephen Dirk was a thief. I detected irregularities in his paperwork, investigated, and found that he was carrying unassigned cargo for his own profit. He was promptly let go. Any chance that he would be rehired? None whatsoever. That's not the question that I wanted to ask. Huh. Okay. I'm going to look at the paperwork one more time. That bill of lading. Because either that didn't belong to Stephen Dirk, in which case he was blackmailing somebody and that might have been the reason that he was killed, or it did belong to him and everybody associated with it is justifiably lying about having anything to do with it. Or it did belong to him and he forged the signatures of people who would have legitimately been able to sign that kind of a document. I don't really know what that means, though. This was Stephen Dirk, 11 Southeast. It's a bill of lading for a shipment of horse collars sent aboard the SS True Heart. It's signed Wallace Sharp, Captain, undersigned by Byers Eason. Nothing strange about that except where you found it. I don't know. Look where those horse collars were shipped from and their destination. He offers us the paper and we read point of origin Shantung, destination Liverpool. I think we're close. Yeah, sorry, jet lag. Yeah, we're definitely fixating on the horse collars, aren't we? Oh well, I'm fixating on the horse collars. Here's why I'm fixating on the horse collars. Because somebody killed Stephen Dirk. His apartment was tossed. So somebody murdered him and then went looking through his stuff. Either for something that he had and was subsequently taken, or for something that he had that was not found. We found, hidden amongst his things, this note, which was clearly tucked away so that nobody would find it. Presumably, somebody who might have been looking for something in his apartment. The note connects Dirk somehow to Captain Sharp and the other guy, Eason. Byers Eason. It's unclear what their relationship is, except that Dirk has this note, has this bill of lading, and the other two gentlemen vocally dislike and want nothing to do with him. However, investigating those two leads has not... Dirk's not a loose thread. Dirk is the mystery. I think Dirk is the mystery. I mean, the lions are also the mystery. Like, somehow these things are connected. But I think, like, a dude was mysteriously poisoned and his apartment was tossed. Like, that's the mystery. The only thing that we have is that he's a sailor. He was maybe blackmailing these two guys. He's a smuggler. He's a sailor. He's a smuggler. He's got a note in his apartment hidden that is about horse collars. There are collars in the lion's cage. So conceivably, the collars are the connection, right? Like those could be the collars from the bill of lading. In which case, the collars belong to Aberdeen Shipping Company, specifically to Captain Sharp and Byron Eason. And Dirk was either doing their dirty work or blackmailing them. In either case, he had evidence linking them to the collars. And somebody killed him trying to get at that evidence and failing. But those two folks are dead ends. Like, I can't press them any further than I already have. I can absolutely go back to when we first talked to Barry in the hospital. Oh no, wait, Barry. So, here, 29 Southeast. A racist nurse. We go into his room. He's lying in the bed with both legs in casts, hanging in traction. He pushes himself up so he can see us over his casts. He summons Mabuto, who comes forth from an alcove, barefooted and shirtless. Thick black curly hair topped with a headdress of bones and feathers. His hand reaches for a wooden tube tucked into his belt, his body ready to spring. O'Neill calls him off. O'Neill says he's been told that his lions were murdered, but he doesn't know anything. As you can see, I'm in no shape to go look at them. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know where they are. I've told you I don't know anything. Leave me alone. it's good. Ender short, that's good. He did. He asked, O'Neill asked if we were from the police, and then, okay, here's the order, though. We enter the room. He summons Mabuto. We say, Mr. O'Neill, can we talk to you for a moment about your lions? We're investigating their murder. Then he calls Mabuto off. Then he asks, you're from the police? And we say no. Then he says, I don't know nothing. There's a suggestion that Mabuto may have been at the scene of the lion murder at some point. But that's not certain. Gosh, I don't know. I don't have like a real strong lead. Like, I don't... Dirk was involved in smuggling opium to England. Could lions have gotten into the opium? Smuggling something, using the lions. Where are the lions? Collars came from China. Jewels stolen from Germany. Potentially by Thomas O'Neill, who would have been Barry's relative. So Barry is smuggling jewels all by himself, using collars that were provided to him by Captain Sharp. Like, that seems weird. Could Stephen Dirk have stolen the lions, been tailed by Mabuto, who then shot Dirk with a blowpipe dart? So Dirk shot the lions, Mabuto killed Dirk. Dirk procured collars, betrayed O'Neill. O'Neill had Mabuto take out Dirk because he was shady. I don't know, maybe. That's not clear. Who killed Stephen Dirk? How did he die? That is a good question. I don't know who did it, but we can go to the criminologist and try to find out more about how it happened. Who killed the lions? Where are they now? Why did Bilbo kill the lions? For taxidermy? Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Who? Me? You know that I wouldn't. Where's Rachel? What's in the box? What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? Give him a lion burger? Quite possibly. Okay. Zyvo, you really want to go to the taxidermist, huh? Criminologist is different from the informant. I think he drank poison, which means that Captain Sharp may have been the one who poisoned him, because they drank together shortly before he keeled over dead. So I just don't know how to follow up that lead, because we can't go back to Captain Sharp, right? We can't go back and say, like, what was your signature doing on this piece of paper that was hidden in Barry's looted room? Sifo. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the taxidermist. We're going to go to the taxidermist, and then I want to go to the criminologist, because I've wanted to go to the criminologist for a while. Bilbo Underhill. .48 Southwest. 48 Southwest. Southwest 48. I mean, there's more information here than there has been on some of the ones that I picked. So, bravo to you. We enter Bilbo Underhill's taxidermy shop and duck under the stuffed pink flamingo, which appears quite incongruous and awkward, banging from the rafters of this cluttered London shop. Wherever we turn, we run into lifelike animals staring at us. Cats, dogs, birds, an alligator, a duck-billed platypus. Yes, may I help you? We jump as a short... That's weird. It's not... This isn't... Is this usually... I feel like the tense or the person of the narrative changes a lot. We jump as a short, round-faced, balding man with spectacles suddenly comes to life. Mr. Underhill? Yes, I am Bilbo Underhill. Would you like to have something stuffed? Yes, I am Bilbo Underhill. Would you like to have something stuffed? Well, actually, we're trying to find a couple of lions which were killed in Hyde Park last night. It actually says fast night, but nobody could possibly read this stupid typography, so we thought they might be here. So they are. So they are. My good friend, old Sherman, told me about them, and I thought they were quite fine specimens. Would you like to see them? Yes, we would. We discovered that the lions have been shot several times in the head and chest with medium caliber bullets. After looking them over for many minutes, we are amazed at how little we know about dead lions that might give us a clue about these. Thank you, Mr. Underhill. We'll be in touch, perhaps. amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Sweet. We don't know the first thing about lions, so... But at least we know where the lions ended up. And God, you know that is going to be one of the bonus questions. Alright, criminologist. Now I want to go to the criminologist. Criminologist is H.R. Murray, 22 Southwest. 22 Southwest. I don't know who Sherman is. We could look into who Sherman is. 22 Southwest. As we are making our way toward the criminology lab, we see H.R. Murray coming down the hall towards us. Wiggins is flabbergasted, this being the first time we have ever seen Murray outside his lab. "Sir," he cries out, "what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be in the lab?" Murray is amused by Wiggins' near panic. With a condescending raise of his bushy eyebrows, he says, "Contrary to rumor, I have a residence other than this laboratory. Seeing as there's no work for me today, I was going there for a well-deserved rest." Wiggins doesn't quite know what to say. But, what about mysterious death, Stephen Dirk? Wiggins tries to keep up with the spry Murray as he heads towards the exit. 896? Dirk? Murray pauses. "No real evidence for that one. Just some clothes. No personal effects. Clothing undamaged. Traces of sea salt indicating he may have once been a sailor. That's about it." Wiggins stops and scratches his head while Murray waves goodbye and heads out the door. Okay. Alright. Okay. Admittedly, that was even worse than Bilbo. That was significantly worse than Bilbo. Both of them were kind of like, "Hey, player, you get nothing out of this." But Bilbo, we actually figured out where the lions are, so... Wiggins is sort of is us? Okay. Okay. We learned about Sherman from Bilbo. Yeah, that's where we learned about Sherman. That's... Was there another mention of Sherman somewhere? "My good friend Old Sherman told me about the lions." Yeah, Murray literally didn't even need to be there. Like, good God. Okay. Well, okay. Who killed Stephen Dirk? Captain Sharp? Who killed the lions? Captain Sharp? Where are the lions now? They're at the taxidermist. Why did Bilbo kill the lions? For taxidermy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Possible leads. Okay, so we could go to the Red Boar Inn, but I think we have all of that info. We could go to the zoo, but that's the longest shot. We could try to find O'Neill's wife. That's weird. We could go to the docks, maybe. I think maybe we already did that. Like that, we went to Aberdeen. I don't know where else we can go, honestly. Do you want to try to find O'Neill's wife? I mean, there's only 2 places that she could be. And I feel like there's one of them that is significantly more likely. Okay. Zyvo's kind of leading this investigation. The other thing, we should put this on the leads, is oh shit. Is Old Sherman. Alright, O'Neill's wife is staying with his parents. Presumably they are named O'Neill. Also, presumably they are listed under his father's name. The 2 entries for O'Neill are Carol and Philip. Philip is at 9 West Central. So let's go there. Let's go to 9 West Central and visit Philip O'Neill. West Central 9. Oh boy. Oh, you have the wrong O'Neill. I'm related, but I haven't seen any of that crazy family since Grandma O'Neill way back in '74. Okay. The other O'Neill, Carol, this is we're not gonna do great score wise for this one. The other O'Neill is Carol. Carol lives at 14 Northwest. 14 Northwest. Here we go. Is that a redirect? Does that count as a redirect? Okay. Mary O'Neill sees us into the sitting room of her in-laws' home. It is easy to see that she would be an asset to her husband's act. Oh, that's right. She does the dancing. Even if she didn't enter the cage. She is a beautiful woman in her late 20s, full-figured, fair of skin, with flowing auburn hair. Her mother-in-law is with her, and her 60-odd years have not faded her natural beauty. "How can I help you?" asks Mary after we introduce ourselves. It's actually alter we introduce ourselves, but again, this font. "We were wondering if you could tell us anything about the death of your husband's lions." "No, I can't. Isn't it the strangest thing? I've traveled all over the world with Barry in the 2 years since we've been married, and to think that this would happen in London. It makes no sense to me. Well, all I can say is that I hope this will change Barry's plans, and you will stay in London where you belong," says the older Mrs. O'Neill. Oh, she killed the lions. "No life for a civilized man traipsing all around all those heathen countries. 10 years is long enough. Time he settled down like his father and raised a family. I'm sure Carol could get him a job at Rudge's." Oh, Carol is a boy's name. "I'm sure Carol could get him a job at Rudge's. I'd like to have one of my sons nearby." "Oh, Mom, I can just see Barry in a regular job, living in a flat, with Mabuto as our butler. He wouldn't last a week." That savage, that godless little man, what people must think. "Well, neither of your sons has ever cared much for what people think. Ever since Oh, shit. Either of your sons, huh? Either of your sons, Barry and Thomas? "Neither of your sons has ever cared much for what people think. Ever since Barry saved him from those lions and nursed him back to life, Mabuto's been at Barry's side. Face it, Mom, your sons were born with wanderlust in their blood, but you know they love you." "Yes, I know. They're wild, but good at heart. Just a little of the Irish devil in them, that's all. Like their father when he was young. I'm sorry about your racism. I'm sorry, what is it that you want to know? Well, what are your plans now? I'm not sure. We were to go on with Slade to Paris in 3 weeks, but with the lions dead and Barry laid up in the hospital, I don't know what we'll do. Barry was in no shape to talk about it yesterday. Now, with the lions dead, I just don't know. I'll talk to Barry about it today when I see him. In fact, I should be going there now, if you will excuse me. Of course. We hope everything works out. Thank you. Are you coming, Mom? Yes, dear. That was a weird ending to that little paragraph there. Huck reassuring me that I can take great satisfaction in the case on the account that I figured out the thing with the smuggling like instantly and caused me to stomp about shouting son of a bitch for 5 minutes. But of course, I cannot claim credit. We figured that out. This is a collective effort. And this chat is very good at imagining smuggling scenarios. Okay. Okay, so definitely smuggling, like no question. He's got a brother in Germany stealing jewels. He's probably using the lions to smuggle them. I guess using horse collars provided by Stephen Dirk and signed off on by 2 other people? Like, none of that makes sense to me. That makes no sense to me. If he needed special horse collars, which, sure, okay, like smuggling horse collars, I can see that being a special order. He could not, between him and his brother, figure out how to get that. And if he couldn't, like, really, and so he talks to a sleazy sailor who is known for smuggling, that kind of makes sense, but then why is there a bill of lading? If it's smuggling, there's not going to be a bill of lading, right? Like, you're not going to fill out paperwork for the shit that you're smuggling, right? And if you're looking at the kind of payday that you're looking at, you're not going to, like, risk getting caught by stealing 2 horse collars out of a shipment. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I appreciate you guys wanting to read everything. I am also very interested. And I want to go back and read everything, but I also want to try to, like, solve it and feel smart about solving it. I'm curious if Sherman is in our directory. I'm going to just look him up and see. Sherman, old. Shit, it's 10, isn't it? We should wrap this up, huh? Sherman. There's one Sherman. Elton Sherman. Okay, so the inn is legit. What other question? So, what the fuck happened to the lions? Like, that's the question I still don't know the answer to. Jesus, I don't know. All right, so let's Sherman's just going to be some dude who found the lions. Okay, let's go to the inn. Let's go to the inn. Red Boar Inn. Red Boar Inn, 34 Southeast. Let's do it. Let's go there. Let's do it. Let's find this out. 34 Southeast. Here we go. At the Red Boar Inn, the barkeep identifies Stephen Dirk as a former ship's captain with Aberdeen Navigation Company. It was beached a few months back and feeling mean about it. But then last night he shows up here all smiles. He said he was going to get a new ship, the Fairwind. Have we heard that name before? Fairwind? I feel like maybe we've heard that name before. A friend of his, another captain, Wally Sharp, met him at the bar, and they takes a talk together. Sharp left, and Dirk sees Sylvia and Marcy sitting with Collier Eddie. He went over to them, staggered over actually, although he had only a couple of drinks by then. I seen him put a good bit away. At other times, he never shows a sign. Anyway, so he's already been poisoned. He was poisoned by Captain Sharp. He sits down, they get all friendly, then they left. Are the ladies here often? Ladies? Huh. Yes, they're here quite a bit. And Collier Eddie, is he a regular? Oh, he stops by now and again. I can't accent. In the company of Sylvia Carpenter and Marcy Edwards? It's the first time I seen them together. Yeah, he got texting all of a sudden over there. How did Stephen Dirk die? He was poisoned by Captain Nasty. Captain Sharp. Captain Sharp. Who killed the lions? I don't think Dirk got blow darted. I think he got drink poisoned. Oh, Fairwind was on the sign at the shipping company. That's right. They're trying to, they're hiring. I do not have a lot more leads. We got Fred Porlock, member of the Criminal Underground, leaves coded information on the activities of Moriarty. I don't think Moriarty's involved. We got a journalist at the London Times, journalist at the Police Gazette. We got Mycroft, society columnist, library at the London Library, and then archivists, and that's it. That's all we got. I don't know what happened to the I don't know what happened to the lions is the thing. Like, I feel like I have a good idea of what happened to Dirk. And I don't know that Barry, I mean, so maybe Barry, it's just weird to me that there were two names on the bill of lading, right? And Captain Sharp definitely poisoned Dirk. So maybe it's just him. Maybe he's the bad guy and the other guy just happens to be signed on there. So Captain Sharp is I don't know if Dirk was involved in the smuggling or if he was blackmailing Captain Sharp. Like, that seems like it's more likely to get you killed if you're blackmailing somebody. What was the business mentioned by Barry's mom where he could get a job? That's a good question. It's a good question. 14 Northwest. It was... Rudge's. So presumably that's where Barry's dad works. I got here a Rudge and Singer, which it sounds like could be a business of some sort. Rudge and Singer. Rudge and Singer. It is a stables. Interesting. Rudge's is a stable. Well, shit. Okay. Is okay. Okay, so wait, there's also apparently a German conjurer who may have been involved in stealing jewels, although the smoke bomb, wait, hold on, we gotta look at that, because I'm pretty sure the smoke bomb was not the German jewel robber. Oh no, it was. You're right. You're totally right. Smoke bomb. Okay, so maybe the whole circus is in on it. Maybe it's a burglary and smuggling circus. What was his name? His name was Cruller. Hair Cruller. Just looking at what I believe is the most updated newspaper for Hair Cruller. Where is the where is Cruller mentioned in the newspaper? Oh, here we go. Evening parties, Hair Cruller. Evening parties. Hair curler. The original famous conjurer. Attends above with his celebrated entertainment of grand illusion and fun. Guarantees a positive success at every engagement. Address 47 Hastings Street, WC. So, okay, but he's not actually part of the circus, though. What do you think? We got hair curler, who we can visit, or Rudge's stable. Here's okay. So as a game designer, I think we should go to Rudge's, because the only way that we could find out about Rudge's is by talking to O'Neill's parents. And the only reason that we would talk to O'Neill's parents is because we talked to somebody else who told us that O'Neill's wife, Mary, was staying with his parents. So we're now like 3 deep in locations that we find out about from other locations, right? As opposed to Cruller, who is interesting, definitely, but that could conceivably be the first place that we went. Like, we could have poured over the newspapers and said, hey, German conjurer, German jewelry thief, maybe we should talk to Herr Cruller. Like, that would be a crazy first place to go, but like the clues that lead us to that location are all surface level. Whereas yeah, I don't think they have a depth limit to red herrings, but I do think that they hide important information in deeper places. Not necessarily all the important information or even the most important information, but I do think that those sort of like deeper branches have a higher potential payoff. Okay, Rudge's stable. (21) Southeast. 21 Southeast. Hold on just a second, everybody. Okay, sorry y'all. Students needed help with a student project. All very above board. Don't worry. I was going somewhere. Where was I going? I was going to 21 Southeast. Okay. Holy shit, guys. Jackpot. Jackpot. Rudge and Singer Carriage and Harness Manufacturers is located in a large brick building. The door to the manager's office is open. Wiggins pokes his head in and asks the man inside if he could point out Carroll O'Neill. Yes, he's the small chap over there working on the growler. The one with the red hair. Any trouble? This is going to end up being an Irish thing, isn't it? I mean, I guess we knew he was Irish, but... any trouble? No trouble. Has he worked here long? 15 years. A good worker for a hot-headed Irishman. Jesus. Hey, O'Neill, some blokes here to see you. O'Neill puts his tool down, looks at us for a moment, and slowly walks towards us. What you need? We want to ask you some questions about your son. I knowed he bring no good with him. That's why I told him to stay away from the house last night. Last night? Last night when he was supposed to be in the hospital? Last night when all of this shit went down? Interesting. Oh shit! Okay, wait, hold on. No, it gets better. That's why I told him to stay away from the house last night. His mom don't need all that heartbreak again. You're police, I take it. Well, I don't know nothing about what he's been up to. We're not from the police. We're just trying to find out about the murder of your son's lions. Oh, you're here about Barry. I thought it was Tommy that brung ya. Barry's a good boy. A little wild, but he'll settle down in time. Damnedest thing about them lions of his. Crazy kid getting in a cage with them big cats. Gotta be an easier way to make a living. More exciting than making these bloody buggies. Oh, but yeah, buggies. Like buggies. Better than making these bloody buggies for the swells, though. Each to his own. Better than stealing like his brother. Tween me and you, I'm glad those bloody cats are dead. Why is that? O'Neill lowers his voice and moves his head closer to us. Maybe now he'll worry more about the bloody British lion keeping the Irish under its paw. I know his ma ain't Irish, but my God, he's half Irish. That's good enough. Here, read this. I gotta get back to work. O'Neill shoves a folded sheet of paper into our hands and then hurries back to his work. Wiggins unfolds the paper and shows us a flyer announcing a meeting of the Irish Nationalist League on Irish Home Rule scheduled for that night at the Irish Social Club and Lant Street. 8 Lant Street. Irish. 8 Lant Street is... No, that's not a place we can go. Never mind. At the top of the flyer is a drawing showing the British lion hanging from the gallows with a body in its bloody paws labeled Irish Freedom. Okay. Alright. Do not take a drink at every Irish. So the Irish Social Club meeting in the paper is connected to Barry's dad. Sort of. Okay, we're gonna be right back just for the purposes of editing. Okay, and right back. There we go. Okay, so, I mean, we probably could, oh no, the game's purpose is not to guide you back to the main mystery stuff. The idea behind this game is that, like, it is up to you to not get distracted, to not second guess yourself. So here's where I am now. Thomas is in town. Thomas is a thief. Thomas stole some jewels, stuffed them into collars, put them on lions, smuggled them into England. I guess you couldn't do that without Barry knowing about it. So that's not... Not... Okay. Oh, shit! Okay. I don't know why any of this. I also am not 100% sure how Dirk is connected to this. Somebody really wants these jewels. Maybe it's Captain Sharp. Okay, here's where I'm going. Okay, Captain Sharp really wants these jewels. Okay, here's where I'm going. Thomas is a thief. He convinces his brother Barry to help him smuggle jewels into England. The two of them are thieves and smugglers, but they're not independent thieves and smugglers. They are thieves and smugglers on someone else's behalf. They have been contracted to do a job where they steal and smuggle these jewels into England to deliver them to somebody who wants them very badly. Barry, on the morning that they arrive in England, on the morning before he is supposed to deliver these jewels to their buyer, suffers an extremely unfortunate accident. He is laid up in the hospital. He cannot retrieve the jewels from around the lions' necks. He's the only one who can do it. So Thomas, who is aware that somebody who wants these jewels very badly is going to get real angry about not having them real soon, is forced to take matters into his own hands, shoots the lions in order to recover the jewels from their collars. I'm not 100% sure why he does this in Hyde Park or how the lions get there. He takes the jewels. I mean, he does it successfully. He recovers the jewels. He delivers them to the person that he's supposed to deliver them to. Captain Sharp, maybe? Meanwhile, only semi-relatedly, Stephen Dirk has dirt on his former employers. They, weirdly, in order to smuggle these jewels, to steal these jewels, contracted special horse collars from China. And Dirk, who may be a smuggler or may just be framed for it, recognizes that this is not good, that something is very wrong here, takes evidence that they are somehow associated with this, I don't know, and is using it to blackmail them. So here's what happens. While Thomas O'Neill is killing some lions and delivering the jewels to Byers Eason, Captain Sharp is poisoning Stephen Dirk so that he will not tell anybody about the fact that they're connected to all of this. And so Captain Sharp and Byers Eason together now have the jewels, and the only people who know about it are Thomas and Barry. Yeah? You guys you're amazing. You were all amazing. Me and Zyvo would not be good at this game if it was just the two of us playing. No, we'd be great. We'd do fun activities like visit the zoo. I agree. Create a Beast. Okay, so Create a Beast says the collars could have just been available and easy for him to get, not specially made for lions / capers. Then they just sewed on the pouches. I don't disagree with you. I can't get past this. I mean, there's a note. Somebody murdered a dude and then trashed his apartment looking for something. In that apartment, hidden very cleverly, we find a note about a shipment of horse collars from China. Why? Why would that be hidden? Why would somebody be looking for it? I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense to me. But there were murders / burglaries / smugglings recently involving horse collars. So, coincidence? Dirk stole the jewels, Sharp stole them back. Yeah, they could have tossed Dirk's place because Dirk had the jewels. That's possible. But then I still don't... The bill of lading about the horse collars only makes sense to me if it's blackmail material and the motivation for why they killed Dirk. We're not gonna go to the Irish Social Club. We're not doing it. We're gonna call this. It's 10:34, and then we can read about the zoo and the Irish Social Club. I think I'm calling it. I'm calling it there. Here is where we go. No, solution, pre-solution. Here we go. Questions. Let's see how good we were with the questions. Who murdered the lions? Thomas O'Neill. Why? In order to recover the goods that were in collars around their necks. How was Barry O'Neill involved in the case? He's the one who was supposed to retrieve those goods, but he was in the hospital, so he couldn't do it. How was Thomas O'Neill involved in the case? He is the one who stole the jewels and gave them to Barry to smuggle into England. That's the main case. Here's part 2, bonus questions. Where were the bodies of the dead lions taken? Bilbo Underhill. Who observed the murder of the lions? Mabodo? What's his name? The dude who has a name. That guy. Isn't it Mabodo? Mabudo? God damn it. Starts with an M, ends in an O. Whatever, doesn't matter. That guy observed the murder of the lions, because Sherlock Holmes would believe that there's only one person in London who goes barefoot. 100%. What was the identity of the mysterious body? Stephen Dirk? Mysterious body? Mabudo. Thank you, Mabudo. Stephen, I mean, was that body mysterious? I didn't realize that was mysterious. Like, it wasn't, Stephen Dirk's body was not explicitly identified by name in the newspaper, but I think everybody knew who he was. So, possibly there was another body that we missed. Who is responsible for the slogans painted on Waterloo Station? Wiggins. It was Wiggins. Wiggins did it. Alright, here's the solution. I assume you got my note. Holmes greets us as we enter his rooms. Help yourself to some tea. You know how much I rely on the newspapers for information and amusement, but today's Times was no exception. It was the murder of 2 lions that caught my interest. A simple little problem, but I thought it might amuse you. You must admit that the discovery of 2 lions, dead or alive, in Hyde Park is worth investigating. We should start by asking ourselves some basic questions. I started with the following questions. 1. Where did the lions come from? 2. Why were they murdered? 3. Why were they murdered in Hyde Park? Uh-oh. And 4. Who murdered them? First, it was not difficult to discover where the lions had come from. We are not dealing with a common household pet. I can think of only 2 places where the lions might have come from. The zoo, or Roy Slade's Wild African Extravaganza, which arrived in London yesterday. I chose the latter for a number of reasons, the main one being the coincidence of the murders happening on the same day as the arrival of the show. Did you check out Roy Slade at Hegler's, Wiggins? Yes, that's where the lions came from. They were in their barred and locked travel wagon when it disappeared. The next question, why they were murdered. We will pass for a moment and look at why they were murdered in Hyde Park. If all the murderers desired was the death of the lions, why go to all the trouble of stealing their wagon, driving it across town to Hyde Park, breaking open the lock, and killing the lions there? A possible reason that comes quickly to mind is that Hyde Park at 2 o'clock in the morning is a rather secluded spot. That is what we said. That's what we said. At this point, I sent a telegram to Lestrade asking if the wagon that carried the lions had been found. It had, in Archbishop's Park. So, what do we have? The lions were stolen from Hengler's, taken to a secluded spot, and killed. The killer drove the wagon to South London and abandoned it. Did we know that? We talked to Lestrade. Did he say something about Archbishop's Park? I don't remember that. Those are the facts, but not the why. We're gonna do this with Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is talking to us now. Those are the facts, but not the why. Again, a clue as to the why was to be found in the newspaper. This was the story of the wild animal trainer who was injured at the docks. His name was Barry O'Neill. O'Neill is a name familiar to me, as it should be to you if you read the papers. You remember Thomas O'Neill, the jewel thief. I sent another telegram, this one to Somerset House, Birth Records Department. The reply confirmed that Barry and Thomas are brothers. With this fact, I had enough data to form a working hypothesis. I mean, we found all of that out. We just didn't go to the Birth Records Department and do it. It seems kind of Silly, honestly. Like, there's other ways you can find that out. Fact. 6 months ago, Thomas O'Neill, a jewel thief, escaped a London police search and was reported on the continent. Fact. 6 weeks ago, the jewels of the Duchess of Oldenburg were stolen. Fact. The police of Oldenburg and its neighboring states closed their borders and began an intensive search for the jewels. Fact. Thomas O'Neill was detained by the Oldenburg authorities, but no evidence could be found to hold him. Fact. Roy Slade's Wild African Extravaganza just finished a 6-week run in Wilhelmshaven. Fact. Barry O'Neill, brother of Thomas, is the lion tamer for the troupe. Fact. Barry O'Neill was injured while unloading the show at the London docks and is currently hospitalized. Fact. 2 lions from the circus were stolen and killed. Those are the facts. What is the hypothesis, Wiggins? Well, begins Wiggins, I think Thomas O'Neill was part of, most likely the leader of, the gang that stole the Duchess's jewels. Knowing the security measures that the authorities would take, Thomas gave the jewels to his brother, Barry. Barry hid the jewels around the necks of the lions, in the pouches we found in the abandoned circus wagon. It would take a most conscientious customs official to perform a body search on a lion. Then Barry was accidentally injured and put into a hospital for 4 weeks. Thomas couldn't wait or take any chances. The Wild Africa show would have finished its 3-week London engagement shit and gone to France before Barry was released. Thomas stole the lions, took them to Hyde Park, and killed them. He removed the pouches and escaped with the stolen jewels. Excellent, Wiggins, excellent. Elementary, Mr. Holmes. Elementary. All right. Holmes has solved this case by following 5 fucking leads. Scotland Yard, Somerset House. He also used the following article from the newspaper. Daring daylight robbery, 12 March. Oldenburg jewels stolen, 4 July. Entertainments, lions murdered in Hyde Park in accident on docks. August 1888. His score is 100 points. I didn't realize that Barry was injured for 4 weeks. I'm not sure where we would have found that out, because I feel like we went to all of the places that Holmes went to. Who murdered the lions? Thomas O'Neill. Check. Why? To retrieve the Oldenburg jewels that were hidden around their necks. Check. How was Barry O'Neill involved in the case? He placed the jewels around the lions' necks to get them out of Oldenburg. How was Thomas O'Neill involved in the case? Thomas O'Neill stole the Oldenburg jewels and passed them on to Barry. Check fucking plus. Part 2. So that is 100 points. Where were the bodies of the dead lions taken? Bilbo Underhill taxidermist, 10 points. Thank you, Zyvo and Jetlag. Who observed the murder of the lions? Mabudo, 5 points. What was the identity of the mysterious body? Stephen Dirk, 10 fucking points. That is 25 points. Who is responsible for the slogans painted on Waterloo Station? Mallory Keenan, obviously. Were you not paying attention? If you follow... Okay, so Holmes followed 2 leads. If you followed more leads than Holmes, subtract 5 points from your score for each extra lead. What's the damage? What's the damage, friends? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 extra. That is 70 points? Yeah, no, I mean... Yeah. No. Sherlock Holmes followed 2 leads. That's bullshit. I am going to point out, I agree with you, and, like, I am 100% with you, my friends. It does not list any free leads. So theoretically, we're maybe even worse off than that. But let's take our free lead and say that we had a total of 16. That is 14 additional, 5 points for each of them. That is 70 points. But we got 25 points for bonus questions. So that is 45 points off of the 100. No, wait. Oh, yeah, off of the 100 for solving the case 100%. So that is a 55. A score of 55, which is technically a... Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, this is important. Yeah, no, I think it's a typo at the beginning. Holmes has solved this case by following 5 leads, but then it only lists 2, Scotland Yard and Somerset House. He also used articles from the newspaper. When he gives his description, he just says he went to Scotland Yard. He sent a telegram to Lestrade, and then he sent a telegram to Somerset House to find out about the birth records. And that is it. That's all he did. And then he just read the newspaper. Yeah, so... fucker. So we got 55, which 55 is not bad. It's not bad. That's above 50%. How many points does Holmes lose for not knowing about bottle ships? That is an excellent question. Okay, so and then 2 more. We wanted to go to the zoo, so let's go to the zoo. Where was the zoo? It would have been under gardens. Was it zoo? It was just under zoo, right? Zoological Gardens, 99 Northwest. 99 Northwest. The director of the London Zoological Gardens tells us that all his animals, including the lions, are safe and accounted for. That's it. We don't even get to pet anybody. It's disappointing. Okay, and then we're gonna go to... We also wanted to go to the Irish independence meeting, which we found out about that from Rudge's stable, which was 21 Southeast. So 21 Southeast. 21 Southeast. Irish Social Club, 8 Lance Street. Let's see if Irish Social Club is in here. Irish. Irish Social Club, 8 Southeast. Southeast. Here we go. We arrive at the Irish Social Club just as the principal speaker, Mallory Keenan, comes to a rousing conclusion. He holds aloft the August 17th Times and proclaims, "We will strike until the roar of the English lion is silenced in our homeland forever. Ireland for the Irish." A tremendous cheer goes up. It reverberates around the hall, making the 100 or so people gathered here sound like 20 times that number. With a rush, the enthusiastic group makes for the podium to surround and congratulate the speaker. They are so carried away that Mr. Keenan is forced to make for the exit to save life and limb. He has worked them up to a feverish pitch and is in danger of being buried himself. He manages to escape the crowd and our questions. If we had read that, then maybe, like, I don't know, maybe we would have guessed Mallory Keenan. Like, he does seem like he's a rabble-rouser. Oh. Okay, we could go to his house. That's fair. Now we know who he is. Keenan. Mallory Keenan, 31 West Central. 31 West Central. Mr. Keenan's landlord is a bulldog of a man, feisty and irascible. He's out, probably up to some skullduggery, but he pays the rent on time and all. He pays the rent on time after all, I guess? He says sagely, a man's politics is a man's politics. Was he home last evening? I don't pry into other people's business, but Mr. Keenan was out. Probably at Sir Galahad on Change Street. We're gonna follow this fucking thread forever. For all of time. Sir. Nope. Sir Galahad. Yeah, there we go. 27 EC. Keenan meets with his cronies here every Thursday night, says the barman at Sir Galahad. So he was here last night? Until about midnight. He left through the back way into the alley. Very peculiar. He and his friends got into the wagon and left in the direction of Cannon Street. What kind of wagon was it? Oh, an ordinary wagon. The kind that carries gravel or grain or lumber or whatnot. In this case, they were carrying paint. Paint? Well, the driver warned Mr. Keenan and his friends to mind the cans of paint as they clambered up over the sides. Do you know where they were going? Mr. Keenan made some joke about Waterloo Station and the Queen. I don't really know. So there you have it. There you have it. If we had followed that all the way down, we would have gotten 10 points. So, would have made up for some of it. Good job, everybody! Yay! Mysteries. That was fun. That was great fun. I enjoyed it very much. And I hope that you all did too. I am going to try to stream something on Monday. Because there is no Mostly Walking. So, we'll see. Best laid plans and all of that. But, keep your fingers crossed and stay up on Twitter, and we will we'll see what we can do. Yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody who came and hang out and helped with the mystery. Everybody who is part of this fantastic community. Special thank you to everybody who has subscribed to this channel or cheered for it. It is really kind and generous of you, and I appreciate it very much. Yeah, check out the many various ways that you can continue to hang out with people, great people who are here and do this kind of stuff on the Discord, on the Steam group, on the YouTube channel, on just all kinds of all the places. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all of it. You're wonderful. Have a good night. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. All right.